Hello everybody, welcome to another Let's Play Farming Simulator with me, Not Too Old Gamer. We are right in the middle of harvesting some crops here on the farm on the Norgeholm 1.9 map. And you can see I've got this field of barley is almost done. I've actually got my front loader handling a trailer. I had so many things going. Just finished some sugar beets there on field 29, and got wheat going back there on 30. So lots of stuff going on. I need to pick up some straw. That'll be important. Just to get that off the field and then replant. So let's play. First thing I've got. We've got field 38 being planted right now, and it's ready to fertilize. So I'm going to go ahead and take the fertilizer spreader over there. I can back up to the thing. Here we go. One of the pieces that is installed in this map that I just haven't played with yet is the different kinds of fertilizer. From what I've read, they don't really make a difference, but I would like to know how to produce them and try them out just to be sure. Looks like my chickens, one of the things I did off camera since the last episode was go through and buy animals, so I think I've got at least a few of everything except for dairy cows at this point. I do not have any milk production going on, but I'll get that eventually. Alright, let's get this going. This is... he's still planting. I thought it was further along than that. We'll let him run. This guy is cultivating. I'm going to plant potatoes on this field to complete the grouping of crops. So I mentioned this in one of the other episodes. The tutorial I'm working on is the actual yields of each crop on a given field. And from that, figuring out which one is the most profitable to plant, if that's what you're interested in. So I've done all of the crops that I know of inside this map on field 29, except for potatoes, which is next. Some wheat going on here. I've got my course play workers doing their thing, unloading everything, and oh good, this guy's done with barley, so let's go find, there he is. Let's send that guy over to drop off the grain. And we can get this guy started on the wheat field. Right. One thing I like to do, there's a way in course play to actually set up a harvest course with more than one harvester. But from what I've read, you really need matching harvesters to do that, so they have the same working width. And I don't have that, so what I'm going to do is just set the other harvester working from the other side of the field, and eventually they're going to meet and bump into each other and they won't be able to go. I'll have to go and kind of manually unblock them. But for right now, they're just going to work. And I'm going to use him in just a second to start picking up straw. That guy's doing alright, that guy's fine. That guy's okay. Alright, let's go get my windrower and the front loader is in traffic according to course play. Oh, but not anymore. Alright, here's the windrower. And so what I want to do is load up field 24 at 12.5 meters, which is the working width of this particular windrower. That should run up and down that field. I believe I started it here on this corner. I did. So start course at first waypoint and drive it. Now I am probably going to miss some of that on the far right side, so we'll have to come back with my loading wagon and do that. But it'll be okay. Yep, I am missing a bit, but it will be okay. And this guy, there's enough room to get him started, so let's line him up and... Oh! Okay, that's a good tip for people. You'll notice down in the lower right portion of the screen, right here, the cruise control is currently set to 3. Now using 2 on the keyboard, I'm going to bring that back up. But the hired worker in the game automatically works at the cruise control speed that was set. Problem is, course play resets that cruise control speed during various operations to be the working speed. So keep an eye on it after you've been using course play for a little bit, and when you hire a worker, you may have to adjust the cruise control speed so that he actually does what you expect. This guy's almost done. These guys are doing exactly what they're supposed to be, and the windrower is also just cruising along. One thing I do like about the fertilizer spreader, better than the sprayer, is that it doesn't have those big long arms. For a while when I was just starting out, one of the tutorials that I read suggested using the sprayer, which was fine, but those big arms really caused problems for me when I was trying to turn. And this is another instance I was talking about with 2 hired workers. They don't really detect and get out of each other's way very much, so I had to unhire the worker doing fertilizer, back him out of the way, and now I'm going to bring the tractor back up. This is manual. If I just let those guys hit each other, they would have still been sitting there. Bring it manual and restart him. For some reason I missed a section, and that just bugs me. Last little bit, and we'll call this field done as soon as he gets done being seeded. And I am planting canola on this one. There's a couple of reasons. One, canola does get a very nice price, and the yield per field is pretty good. But mostly because if I plant canola on this one, it means I only have to bring the windrower and the forage wagon to collect straw over to the 29 and 30 area, which is definitely a shorter drive. I think this guy is not quite done. Looks like there's a little bit left over. Let's put that last little edge. Let's see, I'm not quite going to make it with this pass with the seeder, but the next one should take care of it. Puma is giving me a work finish notice. It is done. So let's stop him and take him over this way. Should be able to find a field 29 12.5 meter course. Not 29. Not 29. Field 30 12.5 meters. There it is. 29 is definitely not what I wanted in that case. That's going to run through. That course worked really well last time, so I'm going to leave it unattended for a bit. Let's look at these harvesters and make sure they're doing okay. They're going to miss each other this time. And what I'm going to do is jump into the New Holland, and when he finishes this row, I'm going to stop him because the Rosen will come down and catch that last little bit. So I just dismiss the worker. He's going to unload real quick, and then the New Holland is done. It's all empty, so let's fold it up, bring the pipe in, and put it in the barn. Here is the windrower going through and doing his thing. Right. That guy's done. Let's go get my potato planter and get that field planted. until the frame rate starts dropping when I'm trying to render this area. I think it's because of all the 3D models that are in this particular chunk. It takes a while to render them all, and that's just the way it is. We do want the potato planter, which is, this is important to remember, the first planter you get can handle corn and sugar beets, but it cannot do corn. Or sorry, it cannot do potatoes. It can do corn and sugar beets, just not potatoes. Now I pre-filled this with other potatoes, which act as your seeds in this case. And what we will do next is simply hire a worker to go and plant the potatoes. Just about said tomatoes. That's not right. And hire that worker. This guy is ready to unload. Let's bring the seeder up to at least the animal area or to the next field. Let it at least be in the position. I need to go check on the windrower to make sure it's doing the right thing. H4803 has reached a triggered endpoint. Oh, that's probably the one that's emptying the combine and putting it in the silo. There we go. Let's go ahead and open the pipe on that one and let's offload him. And looks like the windrower is still doing really well. I'm going to stop him because, see, the next round on the zigzag will run him right into my harvester and my tipper. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and tell this guy to drive and activate the stop at last point or at next trigger command. Okay. Wheat is not accepted here. Yep, this is the fertilizer area. So let's move forward to the next one and then unload it. This guy's going to follow the New Holland, pipe in, fold him up, and put him in the barn. And now I'm going to restart this driver. That's interesting. What's he doing? Oh, look at that first waypoint turned on. Let's just say start at nearest waypoint. That'll probably work a little better. Alright, the harvester is in for this one, so I can go park him. One more trailer to unload. Once we do that, let's check on how much wheat we have at this point. I've done a couple of days of harvests. Alright, looks looks like we've got some seeds, some wood chips, and quite a few sugar beets, and 89,000 wheat, so that's pretty good. Let's go park this guy as well and get my front loader back. Right, that one is ready. This guy is doing great. How's he doing on seeds? He's just fine. And I think that's a decent place to stop for finishing this up. As soon as that windrower gets done, we'll be ready to collect straw. I don't have a free tractor that can do that right now. The Hulaman 488s are a little small for that forage wagon, in my experience. They can do it, it's just a little slow. And the larger tractors are all running seeders, so I think I'm going to stop as soon as the windrower gets done and call it a day on the farm, or call it a day. So it's got one row left. Let's look around and make sure everything's going according to plan. We do need to run the forage wagon over there on 24 and 25. We've got potatoes being planted on 29. We need to decide what's going to be planted on field 30. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.